lie, son, you gotta work late.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. Oh, well, my mom and papa told me, son, you gotta make some money. If you wanna use a car to go a ride next Sunday. Oh, well, I didn't go to work, told the boss I was sick.
Now you can't use a car 'cause you didn't work a lick.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
Right, good morning everybody over on the grandstand. Can you give us a wave if you can hear us?
I'm gonna take 2 weeks, gonna have a fun vacation. I'm gonna take my problem to the United Nations. Well, I called my congressman and he said, quote,
I'd like to help you, son, but you're too young to vote.
sometimes I wonder what I'm gonna do, but there ain't no cure for the summertime blues.
Yeah.
Walking through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there and they began to wail. The band was jumping and the drum began to swing. You should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing. Let it rock. Everybody let it rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Spider Murphy played his tenor saxophone. Little Joe was blowing on the slide trombone. The drummer boy from Illinois would crash, boom, bang. The whole rhythm section was a purple gang. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Number 47 said to number 3, you're the cutest jailbird I ever did see. I sure would be delighted with your company. Come on and do the jailhouse rock with me. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Rock, rock, rock. Sad sack was sitting on a block of stone. We're over in the corner weeping all alone. The warden said, hey buddy, don't you be no square. You can't find a partner, use a wooden chair. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. Shifter Henry said the bugs for heaven's sake. The one's looking out a chance to make a break. Bugsy turned to Shifty and he said, Nix, Nix, I wanna stick around, I wanna get my kick. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole cell block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. 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 Gonna tell Aunt Mary bound up the John. He claimed he has a misery, but he having a lot of fun. Oh, baby.
Ain't that the age a girl gets really dirty? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know how we'll make it through this. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Lord.
Baby, woo, baby, having you some fun tonight. Yeah, well, the song was a song with forehead salad. He saw Aunt Mary coming and he ducked back in the alley. Oh, baby, yeah, baby, woo.
Well, good morning everybody on the grandstands. Can you hear us? Give us a wave if you can. So Don Scott going through his first pass, and it's a 980, 132. Looking good there for Don. Phil Mills, Willis, trying a few different things this weekend. Got rear windows in the car. Those were blown out at previous meeting. A lot of back pressure, and basically they parted company from the car, but got proper glass in there now, all screwed in, tightened down. Now then, Phil's mission this weekend is to get it into the 9s. Now then, how's this one looking? Very good opener, 1035, 132. Plenty more to come. Early morning here at the Hot Rod Drags. So 1, 2, absolutely fine. Well, good morning everybody. Hopefully you'll be able to hear us there over on the grandstands. Give us a wave if you can. That would be absolutely fantastic. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Well, a little bit of an electrical issue in the tower, but we've managed to sort that one out. So many thanks indeed for bearing with us there. Well, we've had quite a few people go through already. And, well, first of all, a very, very warm welcome. And we are still on track. Absolutely fantastic. The Hot Rod Drags then. Run what you brung today, pre-1973. Don't forget to get on track. It's pre-booked only, and you still need to sign on and take your driving licence down there. Queuing system in operation. And don't forget to take a face mask with you. when you sign on. And crash helmets compulsory for everybody on track this weekend. So run what you brung until 5 o'clock this afternoon. There is a half-hour lunch break at 1 o'clock, just to allow our track crew to actually stand down. As there's not that many of you here at the moment, and you're very nicely socially distanced out there, but as it does build, I will be going through the rule of 6 and all the social distancing requirements here at Santa Pod Raceway. It goes without saying that we really have to adhere to all of the advice, all the rules, all the signage, absolutely everything on site is crucially important this weekend. But as I say, with not a huge amount of people here at the moment, our grandstand staff and our banking staff have got an easy job at the moment, but obviously that's going to build up as the event progresses. But to Martin, Steve and Alan, the Hot Rod Drags team, thank you once again for making Santa Pod Raceway your venue of choice to hold the Hot Rod Drags. And of course, doing this for over 30 years now. Now, expect to see some of the cars that are racing this weekend in either Supercharged Outlaws, Wild Bunch, Gasser Circus. You know, they'll be coming round today, getting some early runs in as well. Obviously, they will have had to have pre-booked to do that. There's quite a few of the Outlaw Street guys are here as well, putting runs in. Really good to see a strong entry from them this weekend. And getting early runs in. Now then, Paradise is here this weekend. Why am I saying that? Nice crisp air. Sun's out, a little bit of heat going in the track, but the best thing at the moment, you've got a tailwind. Oh yes. Makes me want to go home and get my car, I must admit, but I'm in the tower for the next 3 days. But hey, it's not a bad place to be. Right, Dave Mahoney, second run of the day for him. The first, well, actually, second runs of the day for both of them, actually. Had a little glance at the heavy Chevy earlier on. Boy, oh boy, have they done some work on this car. Rob Loring, Barry, the gang, pushing this car as hard as it can. New transmission in the car. And they're aiming for the 8s this weekend. Oh, I really hope they do it. Best at the moment. They're in the 9.3s, at just a smidge under 145, the best this year, so look forward to seeing them getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Alright, Don Scott, looking forward to 3 o'clock this afternoon, where he has a long-awaited match-up with Honky Tonkin. Yeah, Steve Matthews. Oh, looking forward to that one. The banter will never stop. Well, wherever you are in the world, a very, very good morning. Or in fact, if you're the other side of the planet, probably a good evening to you over there. But Hot Rod Drags here at Santa Pod Raceway. The 32nd edition. Donny Scott, loads of wheels been off the line there, not getting a huge amount of traction. Now, what's going to be very interesting is if any of the Outlaw Anglias are going to get some sneaky practice in today, or they're going to save it all for the weekend. But we know what we would like to see this weekend from Outlaw Anglia, but we'll leave it there for the time being. Right, just over 400 cubic inches. About as big as you can go on a small block in this beautiful 30s Ford. Rob Loring out front, first time on slicks, I believe. That's a lovely looking car. Now then, did have a little sneaky peek at this one earlier. It was undercover, but reckons the early part will be in the 12-second zone. First time on track. Lovely looking car, beautifully prepared. All about getting used to it. And I'll tell you what, for an opening shot, first time down the track, that is a lovely looking pass. So just going to build on that one. And there we go, straight into the 12s. 12.68 at 103, so that will be in the 11s probably by lunchtime, and probably quicker than that later on. We shall wait and see. But a lovely opener. Right, Rover V8 powered for this 37 Chevy. 281 cubic inches, going alongside Phil Mills with the Willis. Phil's a bit keen, isn't he? He's gone into pre-stage and stage already. He's been pushed. The other car's been pushed back, so it's going to be a solo for Phil. Right, so let's see how he gets on then. That's a good-looking run, Phil. Come on. We know what we want to see. Come up on the boards. Oh! He'll be getting that back to the pits. 10.03 at 135. Oh, so close to that. He's looking for it, and I'll tell you what, next run, Phil, that's got to be in the 9s. Oh, so close. He's going to pick up his timing slip, and he's going to go, yes, but then he'll be, oh, so close, so close. Right, one of our supercharged outlaws there. Ooh, getting a little bit sideways there. Apologies if I got this wrong. Let's check it down there. Yeah, 11.69, 111. First time out this weekend. Well, first time out in a while. Oh, I've been so looking forward to seeing this car back on track once again. The beautiful snow white Chevy. Now, if Graham Smith was tuned in, I know he'd be saying, I'd like to see this in Street Eliminator. We have, and you never know, we might see it back there again. Oh, lots of wheel spin there, lots of wheel spin. But great to see Snow White. Again, 12.04, 121, despite losing a mountain of time through to wheel spin at the start. So this is Run What You Brung, folks. Pretty much all day long. It can be cars that are in the racing this weekend. It's various, individuals that have got together and think, yeah, let's come up with a class like the 100E Challenge. Got some of the Willis Wars cars here as well, so it is a complete mix. The only proviso this weekend, it is pre-1973. 11.74, 115. Very nice for the Ranchero. 14.97. Tokyo Lane. Well, Dave Mahoney believed in getting his runs in early, and I think this is his third one of the morning so far. And the track's only been open about 20 minutes. And for something totally different, the MG. (1957) MG Magnet. Dave right on the limit of adhesion there. That's a good looking run though. Wow, 8.48, 129. That is, well, I need to double check all the old ETs, but my word, that is absolutely flying Dave Mahoney. And it was only 129 miles an hour. He was doing 123 at the 8th. That was a staggering. Hang on a second, yeah, 60 foot was a little bit ambitious. In actual fact, I don't think looking at that again, I don't think 848 worked. Something not quite right with the timing there. But nevertheless, that will be analysed. We certainly framed that timing slip. $11.20, 119, and $11.70, 127. Now, don't forget, you've got the Hot Rod Drags merchandise store, where you can pick up things like t-shirts, mugs, posters, and basically, as per usual, once they're gone, they're gone. They haven't got a vast quantity of them here this weekend, so it'd be a good idea to get your event merchandise today. And also you can do your membership renewals here as well. Andy Park, running in Supercharged Outlaws. Yeah, he's got a Whipple blur squeezed underneath the hood there. Regular 9-second runner now with this new combination. The tiniest of lifts, but he got back on the gas straight away just to settle the front end down. Boom, straight in, 988, 138 miles an hour, and that was with a tiny pedal as well, so plenty more to come from Andy Park. Good looking run. Now, one thing to bear in mind, folks, slightly limited on information on a lot of these cars that are running this weekend. It's only if I know the cars from previously. But if any of the teams want to message me, they can through Facebook Messenger. You all know who I am. So, yeah, just send us a message if it's a PB or any information that I need to know. And, of course, I will relay that. But that's Richard Warburton in the Prozac Willis in the STP lane. Well, I'm liking the race number, actually, in the Autoglyn lane. MM1, Morris Minor. Pair of 14-second runs there. Well, that's not something you see every day. A Triumph Herald hailing from the 1960s with an inflatable sheep in the back window. But there we go, that's the crazy world we're in. Pontiac into the STP lane. That's the Tin Indian. There's a good side-by-side match-up, to be fair. 1332 plays 1339. Both of them just over 100 miles an hour. And the margin between them at the stripe, very close indeed, 0.007 of a second. They were probably looking over at each other going, you go first, you go first. No, I'm going first. There's been a lot more aero added to the Land Rover since I last saw it, obviously running diesel. And Al Sims back, running last weekend at not the European finals in Street Eliminator. And what, 968, 138. Well, running lines like clockwork last weekend, and he's back there again this weekend. Absolutely gorgeous in the STP lane, but my apologies folks, I don't know what car that is, but you can certainly, it's clean enough to greet your dinner off. It's absolutely beautiful. But, you've just got the Land Rover rolling down the shutdown area.
That's all right. Okay. 0.5.
1428 at 89 miles an hour, 1591 at 85, and what that allows these cars to do, they can take part in what's called the Dirty Dozen. So basically they can go into the judging over the weekend, because the cars must have taken to the track. Well, this Cortina used to run in Super Modified many moons ago. So let's see what Darren's got for us today in the STP lane. So 2 Cortinas, different vintages. Mark 1 and Mark. Well, basically a lot of revs but no forward motion. Then the drive did engage, but game over just after that. But very respectable 1394 at 106 for the Mark 1. Yeah, just recap on the Dirty Dozen. The cars basically don't have to be the shiniest or the prettiest. They certainly don't have to be the quickest, but they are judged to have been representative of the spirit of the event. The only criteria is that they must be put through their paces on the quarter mile at some point over the weekend. So basically every car that goes down the quarter mile becomes eligible for those awards. Don't forget we have the Santa Pub Garden, and the event is being sort of live streamed on the big screen over there, and during lunch sessions it will show highlights from the morning's on-track activities. Right, Snow White back once again, pointing slightly left, but hopefully a little less wheel spin this time, but no, still blazes the tyres off the line. Through 11.05 up to 14. Don't forget, we've also got the Nostalgia Trade Village, open all days. Pick your Ford of choice, 1132, 1164. So race entries this weekend, well the race classes, Outlaw Anglia, massive entry from them this weekend. You've got the Gasser Circus, Supercharged Outlaws and the Wild Bunch. There's also additional trophies for the quickest ET and the quickest flathead this weekend. Just having a look into the lanes once again, and still a few new cars coming down. Obviously that's going to be throughout the day, but also plenty of cars that have already had runs in and getting another one in. Phil Moore's down there with the Willis. Is this going to be the run? Is this the one where he breaks into the nines? Oh, so close on that last run. 10.03. Just a little bit of attention in the auto glim lane. And we're good to go once again. Phil will be staging ultra shallow just to try and eke that little bit more out of the car. Very shallow stage indeed. Excellent stuff. Right, come on, Phil. Oh, but not the time to miss a shift, unfortunately. Good looking run nevertheless. 1084, 131, but the missed shift there cost him the run basically. 1090, 122 in the Auto Glim lane. Well, this is a class of car that I've been watching quite closely actually over the last few years. The 100E Challenge, obviously it hasn't really taken part this year, but there's a lot of cars waiting in the wings to throw their hat in the ring, so to speak, and come out fighting for 2021. And when you get cars running like low 11s, there's some that are in the 10s as well. Going to be absolutely fantastic to watch that class develop. Nice to see people tuned in from all over the place actually. Russ has just messaged us, tuned in from Spain. Morning, Russ. And say hi to Steve and the team and the rest of the Wild Bunch. Steve Bowen, yeah, morning Steve. Watching the live stream from work. Well, Steve Bowen is a roofer, watching from work. He's on a roof somewhere. Yeah, it's good to see you last weekend, Steve-O, and look forward to seeing you back soon. .78 to only 109 for the Camaro going through. When I say only 109, it's doing 106 at the 8th. And that car capable of going about a second quicker. Still the cars arrive. And obviously our pit marshals will be lining everybody up to be pitted appropriately. Well, quick fix on the 37 Ford. It's back down onto the line, and Pete Grange. Great to see Pete back with us with his 67 Cougar. Pete clicks it early there, goes 10:41 at 83 miles an hour and 14:35 at 96. Just had a message from Mr. T, good morning. And yeah, I'll heed that advice. So the first pass then for this beautiful Ford was straight into the 12s, which they thought was pretty good, but I can see 11s coming fairly soon. 32 Ford. Just getting used to it, getting track time. 12 again. 101 miles an hour at the stripe. And the truck going through with a 20. Obviously, another class of racing that's been affected by the current COVID situation is obviously the Willis Wars, and it's good to see a few of them here this weekend. It's got to love that great Willis Sleep at Violet Springs from that film Hot Rod many moons ago. Goes through the 12:02 at 113. Yeah, it's just having a quick look at that one from earlier on, the slingshot drags that did come down. It was Mick Checkett, I thought it was, but I could only see the back of it. Plenty of cars in the lanes, really good to see. Also good to see that the crews are being socially distanced as well. Obviously people need to make sure that social distancing is in place at all times, and that includes the pairing lanes as well. So Mick Payne with the retirement package, he's one side, and then you've got a few of the Wild Bunch are down there as well, actually. So certainly some of the teams that are here taking part in our racing categories tomorrow and Sunday are getting some What You Brung runs in today. As I said all along, today is the chill out day, just everybody getting themselves set, but the real fun in effect starts tomorrow when we get our race classes going, and our Run What You Brung is start to push a little bit harder, so to speak. Also a full-on day, don't forget, tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock, big fireworks display.
Standing by the ocean's roar. Do you love me? Do you surfer girl, surfer girl, surfer girl? We could ride surf together while our love would grow. In my woody, I will take you everywhere I go. So I say from me to you, I will make your dreams come true. Do you love me? Do you surf? Girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl. Girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl. Girl, surfer girl, my little surfer girl. Girl, surfer girl.
So Don Scott going through his first pass, and it's a 980. Good looking good there for Don. And basically they parted company from the car, but got proper glass in there now, all screwed in, tightened down. Now then, Phil's mission this weekend is to get it into the 9s. Now then, how's this one looking? Very good opener, 1035, 132. Plenty more to come. Early morning here. Well, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you'll be able to hear us there. Over on the grandstands, give us a wave if you can. That would be absolutely fantastic. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Well, a little bit of an electrical issue in the tower, but we've managed to sort that one out. So many thanks and track. It was pre-booked only, and you still need to sign on and take your driving license down there. Queuing system in operation. And don't forget to take a face mask with you when you sign on. And crash helmets compulsory for everybody on track this weekend. So the rule of 6 and all the social distancing requirements here at Santa Pod Raceway. Goes without saying that we really have to adhere to all of the advice, all the rules, all the signage, absolutely everything on site is crucially important this weekend. But as I say, with not a huge amount of people here at the moment. Oh, Donny Scott, loads of wheels been off the line there. Not getting a huge amount of traction. Now, what's going to be very interesting is if any of the lovely looking car, beautifully prepared. All about getting used to it. And I'll tell you what, for an opening shot, first time down the track, that is a lovely looking pass. So just going to build on that one. And there we go, straight into the 12s. 12.68 at 103, so that will be in the 11s, probably by luck. Right, one of our supercharged outlaws there. Ooh, getting a little bit sideways there. And 9.68, 138. Well, running lines like clockwork last weekend, and he's back there again this weekend. $14.28 at 89 miles an hour, $15.91 at 85, and what that allows these cars to do, they can take part in what's called Mark 1 and Mark 3. Well, basically a lot of revs but no forward motion. Then the drive did engage, but game over just after that. But very respectable 13.94 at 106 for the Mark 1. Slightly left, but hopefully a little less wheel spin this time. But no, still blazes the tyres off the line. Goes through with 11.05, 114. Don't forget, we've also got the Nostalgia Trade Village. Pick your Ford of choice, 1132, 1164. So very shallow stage indeed. Excellent stuff. Right, come on, Phil. Oh, but not the time to miss a shift, unfortunately. Good looking run nevertheless. 10.84, 131, but the missed shift there costed a challenge. Obviously, it hasn't really taken part this year, but there's a lot of cars waiting in the wings to throw their hat in the ring, so to speak, and come out fighting for 2021. And when you get cars running like low 11s, there some of them are in the 10s as well. Going to be absolutely fantastic to watch that class develop. $10.78 to only 109 for the Camaro going through. Pete clicks it early there. Goes 10.41 at 83 miles an hour and 14.35 at 96. Just had a message from Mr. T. Good morning. Current COVID situation is obviously the Willis Wars, and it's good to see a few of them here this weekend. It's got to love that grey Willis. Sleep at Violet Springs from that film Hot Rod many, many moons ago. Goes through the 12.02 at 113. If group of 6 is made up from multiple households, then social distancing rules are one.
Have you thought about giving your DPF a little detox?
Give us a clue.
Diesel particulate filter.
Does my car have one?
Well, it's newer than 2009, so yeah. And with you constantly doing short trips to the gym and into town, it could get clogged up with exhaust soot. And if it isn't cleared, it could be costly. Just think of it as a health regime for your fuel filter.
Okay, I get it.
What you need is STP Diesel Particulate Filter Cleaner. Just simply pour it into your fuel tank. It helps clean and protect your DPF, which means reduced emissions, restored power, and hopefully no hefty garage bills.
You should have your own car maintenance channel.
I could barely use the internet.
If a team is found not to be adhering to the social distancing rule, your race entry will be removed for the weekend and you will not get onto the tracks. That's the last thing you want to do. So please, teams, make sure that you do follow this. It's very, very important indeed. I cannot stress this enough. Also, I will repeat this every hour as well, because that's how important it is. We've got to get through this event and maintain our COVID secure status. We do not want to drop the ball at this late stage. We want to get this whole meeting done. We want to get our future events done. But trust me, folks, it is very, very serious indeed. Now then, I think I've got another update as to possibly what's happened out there. Bear with me just one sec. Right, okay, I've got the update, and bit of an unusual one, this one. As you can see, our tractor is in the middle of the track there, and we've also got another piece of machinery there. To give you the short version, one of the front wheels is broken on the tractor, and we can't move it. So we're coming up with a plan to get the tractor moved out of the way, but that's what's happened out there. Typically, the ultra-reliable tractor that we use here for many, many events has unfortunately decided that today it's going to break a front wheel, so that's the reason for the hold up at the moment. And as soon as we get an update on when we can get that sorted, but very, very unusual problem, a broken front wheel on the tractor, and as soon as we get an ETA when that's going to be moving, we'll let you know. So back to the music for the time being, and I'll come back to you shortly.
She's real fine, my 409. She's real fine, my 409, my 409. Well, I saved my pennies and I saved my dimes. Giddy up, 409. For I knew there would be a time. Giddy up, 409. When I would buy a brand new 409. Giddy up 409. Giddy up 409. Giddy up 409. Nothing can catch her, nothing can touch my 409. 409. Ooh, giddy up, giddy up. 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 When I take her to the drag, she really shines. Giddy up, 409. She always turns in the fastest time. Giddy up, 409. My 4-speed dual quad positive traction 409. 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up, 409. Giddy up 409. Giddy up, 409. Nothing can catch her, nothing can touch my 409. 409. 409. 409. 409. Giddy up 409. Giddy up 409.
Tacos, tacos.
Well, the good news is that the tractor's now started to make its move off the track, but got to do it very slowly, very carefully. So we reckon about 10, possibly 15 minutes, and then we'll be good to go once again.
surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. Early in the morning we'll be starting out. Some honeys will be coming along. We're loading up our woody with our boards inside and heading out singing our song. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come along, surf, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. Huntington and Malibu, they're shooting the pier. In Rincon, they're walking the nose. We're going on safari to the islands this year, so if you're coming, get ready to go. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. They're angling in Laguna and Sarasota. They're kicking out in Doheny too. I tell you, surfing's running wild. It's getting bigger every day, from Hawaii to the shores of Peru. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come along, yes, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. Yeah, me. With me. Yeah, me.
Don Scott going through his first pass, and it's a 980, 136. Looking good there for Don. And basically they parted company from the car, but got proper glass in there now, all screwed in, tightened down. Now then, Phil's mission this weekend is to get it into the 9s. Now then, how's this one looking? Very good opener, 10.35, 132. Plenty more to come. Early morning here. Well, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you'll be able to hear us there. Over on the grandstands, give us a wave if you can. That would be absolutely fantastic. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Well, a little bit of an electrical issue in the tower, but we've managed to sort that one out. So many thanks and track. It was pre-booked only, and you still need to sign on and take your driving license down there. Queuing system in operation. And don't forget to take a face mask with you when you sign on. And crash helmets compulsory for everybody on track this weekend. So the rule of 6 and all the social distancing requirements here at Santa Pod Raceway. Goes without saying that we really have to adhere to all of the advice, all the rules, all the signage, absolutely everything on site is crucially important this weekend. But as I say, with not a huge amount of people here at the moment. Oh, Donny Scott, loads of wheels spin off the line there. Not getting a huge amount of traction. Now, what's going to be very interesting is if any of the lovely looking car, beautifully prepared. All about getting used to it. And I'll tell you what, for an opening shot, first time down the track, that is a lovely looking pass. So just going to build on that one. And there we go, straight into the 12s. 12.68 at 103, so that will be in the 11s, probably by luck. Right, one of our supercharged outlaws there. Ooh, getting a little bit sideways there. And 968, 138. Well, running lines like clockwork last weekend. He's back there again this weekend. $14.28 at 89 miles an hour, $15.91 at 85, and what that allows these cars to do, they can take part in what's called Mark 1 and Mark 2. Well, basically a lot of revs but no forward motion. Then the drive did engage, but came over just after that. But very respectable 13.94 at 106 for the Mark 1. Slightly left, but hopefully a little less wheel spin this time. But no, still blazes the tyres off the line. Goes through the 11.05, 114. Don't forget, we've also got the Nostalgia Trade Village. Pick your Ford of choice, 1132, 1164. So, very shallow stage indeed. Excellent stuff. Right, come on, Phil. Oh, but not the time to miss a shift, unfortunately. Good looking run nevertheless. 1084, 131, but the missed shift there cost a challenge. Obviously, it hasn't really taken part this year, but there's a lot of cars waiting in the wings to throw their hat in the ring, so to speak, and come out fighting for 2021. And when you get cars running like low 11s, there some of them are in the 10s as well. Going to be absolutely fantastic to watch that class develop. $10.78 to only 109 for the Camaro going through. Pete clicks it early there, goes 10.41 at 83 miles an hour and 14.35 at 96. Just had a message from Mr. T. Good morning. Current COVID situation is obviously the Willis Wars, and it's good to see a few of them here this weekend. It's got to love that grey Willis. Sleep at Violet Springs from that film Hot Rod many moons ago. Goes through the 12.02 at 113. People are breaking the law. They have the power to shut us down. It's quite simple. If you want to continue racing, if you love your sport here, then just follow the guidance, which is now law. Simple as that. Okay? I will be going through this time and time again. It gets a bit boring saying it all the time, but it's what we've got to do. It's what I've got to do. I've got to relay this to you. It's a very, very strange planet at the moment. Let's just hope we're all here in many years to come to go, oh, 2020, that was a heck of a year, wasn't it? But we want to be able to say 2020, oh, that was a heck of a year, but we managed still to get some drag racing in, and we're back at Santa Pod again in 2021 and beyond. We all want that. And the only way we're going to do that is making sure that you follow the law. It's all on the back of the program. It's on social media. It's on websites. It's everywhere. Make sure you follow the law. Don't break it. Face masks as much as possible. Social distancing. No more than groups of 6. It's quite simple, really. Failure to stick to that, you can be ejected from site. If you're a race team, your race entry will be removed and you'll be asked to leave. It's very, very simple. So please, folks, make sure you do it right. Thanks very much indeed. and whistling. Okay, no, nothing. Nothing going out on that one.
Surfers all.
Once again, and Brian Watson then with the interest-free slingshot from the Wild Bunch, going alongside McPain with his Willis, the retirement package. See Johnny Morris down there as well. Morning, Johnny. So first runs of the event for these two. So Brian Watson has run a best of 10.22 and has taken that little dragster to 122 miles an hour. Now let's see how Mick actually gets on as well. He's done a few runs in this year so far, but obviously this is his first on-track run for this weekend. Fair bit of wheel spin off the line, eventually gets it hooked, but a few issues there for Brian. $10.41, 132, nice opener, we like that one, all good, and John's happy with that one as well. by Gary Atkinson with the time lock, another one from the Wild Bunch. Got this down into the 9.6s. And one of our Nostalgia Superstock runners, not running as a class this weekend, but certainly will be next weekend. Lovely Barracuda. Lovely little launch there, 148 to 60 foot. Going to be low 10 straight away. What is going to tickle into the 9? No, 1086, 121. But very nice short numbers indeed. .1957 MG Magnet back on track once again, running in Outlaw Street, going alongside Dave Mahoney. Now, hopefully he's going to get a more representative time this time. Can't believe he went 8:48, 129 earlier on. When you looked at the 60 foot of 0.7, crikey, that's quicker than the top fuel dragster. But having said that, that is a seriously quick Camaro. Bumps it into stage beautifully. Wheel spin once again, but cracking 60 foot. That's more like it. 119. 887, 156 miles an hour. It's storming speed as well. 1203, 127. But Dave Mahoney really picking up speed. 156 at the stripe. I've seen this Anglia run a few times over the seasons, and this car gets plenty of laps in as well. First run of the weekend on this pass, but can basically just turn it around, come straight back down into the parent lane to put another one in. Gets plenty of runs in over a weekend. Very consistent car, but first run down the track actually broke the beams before the tree had actually ran, so didn't get a representative time there. Yeah, 15 seconds. Capable of going way quicker than that. One from the Gasser Circus. That'll be one of our race classes this weekend. The Jalapeno. Slight issue with drivetrain there. Lost drive basically. Beautiful looking car there. Parent lanes looking good over there. Certainly one of the more powerful 100Es that we've got on site this weekend. And the clues are there. Love the race number 572. And looked on the side, winner of the car, 572 cubic inch V8 engine squeezed into there. And the wheelie bar's not for show. Outlaw Anglia represented as well. Massive entry for them this weekend. Broke traction straight away, went into a secondary burnout there in the STP lane for the 100E. No such issues. The Anglia though, 1068, 127, 1144, 126. And Rover powered forward back round once again. The first run of the weekend for the 32 of Brian Savage. Love the way he just sort of looks over the front of the car just to see where his front wheel is to help him line himself up. But regular mid to low 10-second runner is Brian with his 32. Beautiful car. Very quick. 145 to 60 foot. At the 8th mile, 6.62 at 103. And goes through with a 10.44 at 127. 13.88 at 94 for the Ford in the SDP lane. Right, the Tin Indian, the Pontiac, running in Outlaw Street this weekend. And of course that wonderful grey Willis. .1204 plays a 13.33. Loads and loads of wheel spin there for the High Roller Falcon. Trying to get it stuck down onto the track, but no such issues for the Nova. 10.84, 119, nice looking run. So Andy Park round once again, off the trailer straight into the 9s this weekend. Certainly got the launch sorted out as Andy. And another 9.8, 9.8 at 137. Cortina going through 13.39 at 106. God, 10.49 at 128, quickest run of the day for that car. Or as well, it goes through the 14.81. Well, another one of our Outlaw Anglias getting. I hope that's entered into class this weekend. Certainly needs to be, if not. But. First run of the day. .32 Ford on shreds. And making them stick. little bit of a wobble in the Autogrim lane, but backs out the throttle to settle the car down. $12.18 at $12.62. Right, Scott Collin. He's had his sighting runs. Now it's time to go large. Good launch, 153 to 60 foot. Half track, 676 at 103. And at the stripe, 1058 at 129. Good run. Very, very good run indeed. Nice one, Scott. Chris Coburn with the 41 Willis. His first run of the weekend. Very nice, 13.52 at 101. The Triumph going through, 17.96 at 75. Well, the hits just keep on coming. Just having a look in the pairing lanes. Don Scott's down there. The heavy Chevy back round again. Some of the Wild Bunch are down there as well. It's a right old mix today. Just how you like it. The Hot Rod Drags then. Anything pre-1973. So don't forget, Don Scott this afternoon has got his long-awaited match-up with Steve Matthews. I'm really looking forward to that. The banter between those two will be reaching new heights as the day progresses. So just a little bit of track prep going on at the moment with the Bluebird, and as soon as we're got cars coming around the corner once again, we'll continue the commentary. Into stage beautifully. Wheel spin once again, but cracking 60 foot. That's more like it. 119. 887, 156 miles an hour. It's storming speed as well. 1203, 127. But Dave Mahoney, really for them this weekend. Broke traction straight away, went into a secondary burnout there in the STP lane for the 100E. No such issues. The Anglia though, 1068, 127, 1144, 126. Beautiful car. Very quick. 145 to 60 foot. At the 8th mile, 6.62 at 103, and goes through with a 10.44 at 127. 1388 at 94 for the Ford in the SDP lane. Ray Willis. .1204 plays a 1333. Loads and loads of wheel spin there for the high roller Falcon. Trying to get it stuck down onto the track, but no such issues for the Nova. 1084, 119, nice looking run. Certainly got the launch sorted out, as Andy. And another 98 at 137. Cortina going through 1339 and 106. And going up alongside the heavy Chevy. 582. Watching this one with interest. Oh, even the front wheels came up that time for the Chevy. That really was a sweet launch. Now then, it's going to be a low 9, but can they tickle the 8s just yet? Not quite. 929 though. 146. Johnny goes through a 985. Well, what a cracking run that was for the Chevy though. 929, 146. It's getting quicker. But Donny staying in the 9.8s as we thought he would be there, but still went through 138 miles an hour at the stripe. Good looking run. Okay, first of the Wild Bunch. Sorry, not first of the Wild Bunch. First time this car from the Wild Bunch has put a run in this weekend. So it's cooped up. It's Ollie H. Smith behind the wheel. And watch out for a party on the start line if they can get this into the 10s. Best at the moment of 11.06. 31 Ford in the Auto Glim lane. That's a good looking run. Oh, yes! Well, they didn't just push the door open to get into the 10s, they absolutely hit it with a sledgehammer and barged their way in. That was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. First run into the 10s and he goes 10.84 at 119. Not the fastest it's ever been, but it's certainly the quickest. But brilliant run there for Ollie H. Smith in cooped up. Right, Ronnie Mercer, last weekend taking part at not the European finals in Pro ET, not running nitrous. But this weekend when he's in full competition out of Anglia, the bottle will be turned on and he'll give you absolutely everything he's got. Mind you, looks like he's done the same here. That's going a lot quicker than he normally runs. There we go. Whoa! Oh, my word. Oh, goodness me. 9.200. That's a massive PB. Oh, yes. Ronnie Mercer, 9.2. Yes. Wow. Ronnie had water pump issues last weekend, but he's got one sorted, got a new one on the car now, and that was the payback. Now then, you know the word sleeper in the world of drag racing, and you know, some cars pretend to be sleepers, but you know, the clues are there, but this one you just would not expect. Proper old school Rover. It's a Rover 110. There we go. But just watch this thing go. It is phenomenal. Alright, Mick Checkett with his second run in the Supercharged Outlaw Slingshot. First one went a little bit wayward. But hey, slingshots can do that. So let's see how it gets on. Those of you tuned in at home watching this one. Nice looking run there for Mick. Got it off the line beautifully this time. Pedaling like mad, gets to the stripe. 8.04, 171 mile an hour. They'll take that. Absolutely brilliant run. Well done. And the Rover, look at this, 10.55. 10.55 at 132 miles an hour. Outstanding. Right, Phil Mills going alongside. this Morgan is totally different, but come to that one in a moment. But Phil Mills, is this the run? Is this the one going to be the 9? 10.03 earlier, then missed a shift on the next run. Looking good, arrow straight, no dramas. Powering through to the top end. And ladies and gentlemen, at last, Phil Mills gets his 9. 9.96, 135.34. Phil's done it at last. That little tweak that he's found is working. You'll probably come back and tell me, oh no, I wasn't using it. But congratulations, Phil. Your first 9-second pass in the Willis. Right, Steve Mitchell with the Snow White 57 Chevy. Like a rag came out of the car on the SDP lane. Quite sure that 9.39. They'll take that one. Well done. 140 mile an hour. Alright, Pete Grange with the 67 Cougar. Going alongside this very rapid Ranchero. Oh, beautiful wheels up launch there for Steve. This is on one. Are we into the 8 straight away? Oh, 8.95. Hey, well, I was going to say, you know, that's going to be very close to an 8, but no, he's broken it straight away. 8.95, 151. Well done, Pete. 11:58 at 115 in the auto-grid lane. Oh, there's a big trail of fluid, unfortunately, from the back of the, well, from underneath the Ford in the STP lane, so unfortunately going to be a little bit of a clean-up there. Alright, so Billy Jones with the 37 Willis, just sitting there waiting patiently. Goes to 11:54 at 116 miles an hour for his first run of the day. So down to one lane just for a short while whilst we clean up in the STP lane. Well, if you like your 50s Chevys in matte black, then this is the one for you. Super cool. Just a reminder, folks, this is obviously Run What You Brung today, running until 5 o'clock this evening. There will be a lunch break on track between 1 and 1:30. Burnout of the day so far. God, I'll certainly get some runs in. So this car can hot lap. V8 supercharged. Wheelie bars, everything there to go quick. And street legal. Arrow straight all the way through. 995, 134. Right, Beavis Allen with the Impala, chassis twisting Impala, always lifts from one front wheel. First run of the day for him. And it's a good one, 10:28, 131 miles an hour. All right, first run of the day for the GMC pickup. $14.98 at 91 miles an hour, way quicker than when it came out of the factory first time round. Talking about going quicker than when it came out of the factory, here's another one. 1965 Chevy C10. So Ian once again happy with the racetrack, so we can continue and let's see what the C10's got for us then. Tiny bit of wheel spin off the line there, just hurt the 60 foot a little bit. Go through with a 12.39 at 100. So first time I've seen this particular car on track. Going alongside the Morris Minor. So unfortunately I don't know any details on it at all. Apart from the fact that it goes to 60 foot in 187, and that was with a bit of wheel spin as well. You just heard those tyres break traction just for a moment. But goes through with a very respectable 12.21 at 113 miles an hour. Morris Minor. Through the 14.44. Alright, Dave Shelley with a Malibu. A little bit previous in the left lane, unfortunately, left before the tree ran, so you're not going to get any times or speeds there. So Dave Shelley gets an 11.25, 121. So the 32 Model B background very quickly indeed. Goes through with 11.12 at 119. And 17.07 at 75. Total in line. Brian Savage round once again, went straight into the mid-10s on his first pass and pretty much runs that like clockwork. Well, we've still got that inflatable sheep in the back of the Triumph Herald. Again, Brian just looks over the front tyre just to see where he is in respect of the line. On 43 to 60 foot there for Brian. Goes through the 8th at 6.54 at 104. And this is a 10.31 at 129 miles an hour. As you say, like clockwork, that car. Beautiful machine. Alright, Matt Hollins, background with the grey Willis. And absolutely stunning Impala in the STP lane. Last time I saw this car, I think it was running 14s or 15s. Haven't seen it for a year, but then that's been the world of drag racing at the moment. With all the zeros there for Matt Hollins. 113 miles an hour and a 15.27 for the Impala. Getting close to that 14. Howlin' Hauler. We were hoping to see this last weekend, but couldn't make it here. But here for this weekend, and certainly here next weekend. Al Williamson, low 8-second runner, pro charged, going alongside that stunning Mark 1 Cortina. Tiny bit of tyre slippage. That is a stonking run there for Al. Oh, 8:33, 164. They'll take that one. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant run. Off the trailer, 8:33. That'll do nicely. Mighty Mouse, straight from the Gasser Circus. Ted and Katie Booth. So their first run of the weekend. So Katie runs the car in Gasser Circus. Ted takes over and runs the car in Outlaw Anglia. That is a great 10-4. That'll do nicely. Well done. Oh, a 31 forward, back round again. Unfortunately, that just being pulled back. So 31 going through. Oh, 20, 77. Don Scott will be watching with interest here to see what he's up against. Of course, this is Steve Matthews with Honky Tonkin'. Not Super B, it's a rumbling B, straight from 1967 in the STP lane. Big wheels up launch there for Steve Matthews, giving the wheelie bars a proper workout there. And that is a 9.72 at 135 miles an hour. 15.74.87. So yeah, it should be a good little matchup between Don and Steve later on today. Don needs to make his car go a little bit quicker. Steve needs to work on his reaction time, so that sort of evens them out a bit. So it'll be quite entertaining later on. Ah, the Austin Healey back. I'm surprised I hadn't seen that earlier on actually, but here it comes. That's the fright. This car, my goodness me, this car can do many, many runs in one day. Comfortably in the 10-second zone. Right, pointing slightly towards the centre in the autopilot. Straightens it out perfectly. Cracking little run for the Healey. Oh, 11:01, 124. Well, consider it's our first run of the weekend. Just 100th off the 10-second zone where the car likes to be, so they'll be there soon. And just lost a little bit of traction there. Usual place to get a bit of slip, but there we go. 11:41, 126. Tin Indian goes through 13:39 at 101. Well, the hits just keep on coming. We got that lovely little Ford with Rover power. 1937 that came from. And of course the Camaro in the STP lane. That car has had many a journey down the quarter mile here at the Santa Pod. And that one's a 993 at 139 miles an hour, and a 1306 at 106. Alright, well, we mentioned Mick Checkett earlier on, and Emma's been in touch to say a big shout out to Mick, back on track this weekend since having Chevrolet, and Chevrolet says his reactions are too slow. Yeah, but his driving's pretty good actually. That second one was rather good. Andy Hadfield with Twister. This is going to be fun because a long-standing commitment, and Sean Nutter knows the passenger very, very well here. It's all part of a bit of fundraising for Melbourne. So Andy Hadfield with Twister and passing. We'll click it early there. It's on the brakes. Nicely done. 8:58 at 111 miles an hour. Well, if there's ever a car that you wouldn't expect to see on a drag strip, it's a Morgan. But we have one here, and I tell you what, love the guy's perseverance with this. Been working at this for a little while now. But as we know, in drag racing, anything goes. And to be able to run a car like this, yeah, very good indeed. It's not a conventional setup whatsoever, more akin to circuit racing. But nevertheless, bringing it to the track, seeing what it'll do. Gets good traction as well. And goes very nice indeed. 1084, 128 miles an hour, 1156, 105 for the pop. Well, just approaching midday here at Santipod Raceway, so once again I just really do need to reiterate the situation with regards to the group of six. The rule of six, very, very important indeed with regards to social distancing here at Santipod Raceway. Now, as you all know, you've all been following the news, you've all been following social media, you've been following websites, you know basically what's at stake at the moment, but the government announcements on Monday states that you must not meet with people from other household groups socially in groups of more than six. Okay, so that is basically the rule of six. Let's go into it a bit deeper. As a COVID secure venue, Santipod Raceway as a venue can still host larger numbers in total, but groups of six must not mix or form larger groups anywhere on site. This includes the banking, grandstands, camping, pits, absolutely everywhere. The rule will not apply to individual households or support bubbles of more than six who will still be able to gather. From Monday, this limit will be enforceable by law. Okay, and this includes children as well. So again, the group of six it includes children. Okay. The grandstands, they're open with a one-way system in place to allow for social distancing. Please pay attention to markers, signage and stewards, which will be clearly visible to help you navigate your way to your seat. Hand sanitising stations will be available on the entrance to the grandstands. Now then, the pits, the Run What You Brung pits and the race paddock remains open for the public to walk around, but you cannot enter any of the pit bays. Okay, you cannot enter any of the individual pit bays, but you can walk around the pit area. Okay. Now the pairing lanes, okay, is basically closed to anybody apart from racers. Come down to the start line with a minimal crew. You do not need to have, masses of people come down. Again, it's a complete no-go on that one. The pits are, you must maintain social distancing at all times. If you cannot maintain a gap of more than 1 metre, if you've got a mixed household in your pit area, you must wear a face mask. Again, very, very important indeed. Do not mix in more than groups of six. In other words, once you've set your pit up, don't go suddenly into your pit area next door to you and start mingling with them as well. That breaks the rules, it breaks the law, and that will probably break your weekend as well, because if the stewards and the staff deem that you have broken the law, then we will ask you to leave the facility. No ifs, buts or maybes. This is critical. The future of any event taking place here at Santipod Raceway is down to basically what we do this weekend. And if we get it wrong, if you get it wrong, if you break the law, then it has dire consequences for the facility here, and that will be the end of racing. Well, certainly for you, because obviously you'll be removed from the event. But the authorities do have the power now to shut us down. So we must make sure that social distancing is carried out and that the law is followed to the letter. Okay, it is critically important, this one. We want to get through this whole weekend. We want to get this event done. And the only way that we're going to do that is by having the cooperation of every single person on site, be you a spectator, racer, member of staff, absolutely everybody on site really does have to follow this to the letter. There's no half measures on this one, it's all in, folks. So you've really got to make sure that you follow the rules on this one. We cannot and will not be seen to be getting this one wrong under any circumstances. But the rule of 6, very, very important indeed. We're one of the few sporting venues, or venues full stop, that can continue operating at the moment. We've got no indoor spaces as such. The exception to that is the pod shop, but you have to wear a face mask if you go in there, limited numbers going in. So it is an open venue. The signage on site is good. Social distancing is carried out. We've got plenty of staff on site to ensure that you continue to do this. But as I said, the staff here do have the authority from the powers that be to obviously report it, and you can be removed from site, and especially the racers as well. It applies to absolutely everybody, so you've really got to make sure that it's 100% right. In a bit more detail tomorrow, obviously, because there will be more people on site and queuing for facilities, be it food, everything like that. You've really got to make sure that social distancing is carried out there as well. But I'll keep going on about this because it is critical to the future events here, and it's critical for this weekend as well. We don't want to stop racing. We want to be able to continue to do this, and the only way we're going to be able to do that is everybody following the, not so much the advice now, but following the letter of the law. It's all in print, it's all on Santa Pod. His first run of the weekend. Very nice, 13.52 at 101. The Triumph going through, 17.96 at 75. Well, the hits just keep on coming. Just having a look in the pairing lanes. Don Scott's down there. Oh, even the front wheels came up that time for the Chevy. That really was a sweet launch. Now then, it's going to be a low 9, but can they tickle the 8s just yet? Not quite. 9.29 though. 146. Johnny goes through a 31 Ford in the Auto Glim lane. That's a good looking run. Oh yes! Well, they didn't just push the door open to get into the 10s, they absolutely hit it with a sledgehammer and barged their way in. That was fantastic, absolutely brilliant. First run into the 10s, and he goes 10.84 at 119. Not the fastest it's ever been, but it's certainly the quickest. But again, when he's in full competition out of Anglia, the bottle will be turned on, and he'll give you absolutely everything he's got. Mind you, looks like he's done the same here. That's going a lot quicker than he normally runs. There we go. Whoa! Oh, my word. Oh, goodness me. 9.200. That's a massive PB. Oh, yes. Ronnie Mercer, 9.2. Yes. Wow. Ronnie had water pump issues last weekend, but he's got one sorted, got a new one on the car now, and that was the payback. Now then, nice looking run there for Mick, got it off the line beautifully this time. Heading like mad, gets to the stripe. 8.04, 171 mile an hour. They'll take that. Absolutely brilliant run. Well done. And the Rover, look at this, 10.55. Nice looking run there for Mick. Got it off the line beautifully this time. Heading like mad, gets to the stripe. 8:04, 171 mile an hour. They'll take that. Absolutely brilliant run. Well done. And the Rover, look at this, 10:55. 10:55 at a high earlier, then missed a shift on the next run. Looking good, arrow straight, no dramas. Powering through to the top end. And ladies and gentlemen, at last, Phil Mills gets his 9. Looks like a rag came out of the car on the SDP lane. Quite sure that. 9:39. They'll take that one. Well done. 140 mile an hour. Inside this very rapid Ranchero. Oh, beautiful wheels up launch there for Steve. This is on one. Are we into the 8 straight away? Oh, 8:95. Hey. Well, I was going to say, you know, that's going to be very close to an 8, but no, he's broken it straight away. 8:95, 151. Goes to 11:54 at 116 miles an hour for his first run of the day. So this car can hot lap. V8 supercharged. Wheelie bars, everything there to go quick. And street legal. Arrow straight all the way through. 9:95, 134. That chassis twisting impala always lifts from one front wheel. First run of the day for him. And it's a good one. 10:28, 131 miles an hour. $14.98 at 91 miles an hour, way quicker than when it came out the factory first time round. Off the line there, just hurt the 60 foot a little bit. Goes through with a 12:39 at 105. Apart from the fact that he goes to 60 foot in 187, and that was with a bit of wheel spin as well. You just heard those tyres break traction just for a moment. But goes through with a very respectable 12:21 at 113 miles an hour. Morris Ryder. Through the 14:44. A little bit previous in the left lane, unfortunately, left before the tree ran, so you're not going to get any times or speeds there. So Dave Shelley gets an 11:25 and 121. Goes through with 11:12 at 119. And 17:07, 75. Totaling 143 to 60 foot there for Brian. Goes through the 8th at 6:54 at 104. And this is a 10:31 at 129 miles an hour. As you say, 43 to 60 foot there for Brian. Goes through the 8th at 6.54 at 104. And this is a 10.31 at 129 miles an hour. As you say, like clockwork, that car. Beautiful machine. Right, Matt Hollins, background with the grey Willis. And absolutely stunning Impala in it. With all the zeros there for Matt Hollins. 113 miles an hour and a 15.27 for the Impala. Only a tiny bit of tyre slippage. That is a stonking run there for Al. Oh, 8.33, 164. They'll take that one. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant run. So Katie runs the car in Gas Circus. And Ted takes over and runs the car in Outlaw Anglia. That is a great 10.4. That'll do nicely. Well done. Oh, a 31 forward, back round again. So 31 going through. Oh, 13, 77. Don Scott will be watching with interest here to see what he's up against. Of course, this is for Steve Matthews giving the wheelie bars a proper workout there. And that is a 9.72 at 135 miles an hour. 15.74.87. So yeah, it should be a good little matchup between Don and Steve later on today. Straightens it out perfectly. Cracky little run for the Healy. Oh, 11.01, 124. Well, consider it's that first run of the weekend. Just 100th off the 10-second zone where the car likes to be. Yeah. Usual place to get a bit of slip, but there we go. 11.41, 126. Tin Indian goes through 13.39 at 101. And of course the Camaro in the STP lane. That car has had many a journey down the quarter mile here at the Santa Pod. And that one's a 9.93 at 139 miles an hour, and a 13.06 at 106. So Andy Hadfield with a twister and passing it. We'll click it early there. It's on the brakes. Nicely done. 8.58 at 111 miles an hour. Goes very nice indeed. 10.84, 128 miles an hour, 11.56, 105 for the pop. Okay then, so we hear the noise of engines starting up behind us here as our track crew have completed that bit of a clear up there, and we're back on to 2 lanes of action here at the Hot Rod Drags. And we've had a chap called Christopher that's got in touch with us, and he said, please can we say a big hi to Martin and Ginny Davidson. So Martin and Ginny Davidson, Chris says hi. So then they're in the grandstand somewhere, Martin and Ginny, but Christopher says hi. Right, so we're back. It's the Willis Wars that take centre stage in the Autocollision lane. That's Billy Jones, nicely away. And what isn't there to like about a beautiful Tri-Chevy taken to the quarter mile? Absolutely beautiful example there. And goes through. Unfortunately no time or speed recorded. Nevertheless, good sighting run. Right, it's the high roller Falcon below. So Mitchell Hooker, sorry. Do you believe? And 1084, 119 miles an hour for the Chevy Nova so far. Forget about the rat look, this just thing flies. Oh, it looks like another 10, but what flavour? Oh, well, nearly a 10. It's 11.00. And the high roller goes through with 11.25. Right, Steve Mitchell with Snow White. Cracking run earlier, 9.39 at 140 miles an hour. First time down track 4. Good lane, a pacer, but well, 9.39 last time down the track. That's a good looking run. 9.96, 139. Quite as quick, but still the same speed at the stripe. First run of the weekend for Troy Bull. This little fat doesn't hang about, trust me. There we go, sneaky little purge of the nitrous there. Everything is armed. And what we're going to see, I'm going to take a guess at a 10 something if everything hooks up. Oh, lovely chassis twisting launch off the line. And that'll do nicely, 10.67 at 132 miles an hour. Right, last time down the track for the Anglia went 9.95 at 134. Crikey, that's looking quicker than a 9.95 this time. That just hooked up and gone. well, 300ths difference from the previous run. So staying in the nines. From the Supercharged Outlaws then. Car went underneath me quite quickly, but I think that's Gary Park with Purple Days. We'll be in class tomorrow, but getting some rumble rung action today. That'll do very nicely indeed. 8.20, 166 for the first run of the weekend for them. 121.60 foot. And at the 8th mile, had reached 132 miles an hour and got there in 5.26 seconds. So a proper mixed bag of pre-1973 one rung this weekend. And a problem there in the auto glim lane, just lost all drive. .1482 at 93 for the Morris Minor. But not quite sure what happened in the 100 either, but just started to turn right to get the car stopped, and basically that's as far as it went. They'll be pushing that back down to the start line. Well, fortunately the transmission hasn't locked up or anything like that, so a relatively simple removal of said car. Well, who'd have thought it would be the third weekend of September? We are blessed with absolutely perfect drag racing weather. Sun's out, putting a little bit of heat into the track, and there's a tailwind as well, which is helping the teams get down that quarter mile just that little bit quicker. Well, we've had headwinds to contend with at a lot of the meetings this year, and stiff headwinds as well. But to get a tailwind, the sun's out, and it's set fair all weekend long. So a real good chance for a lot of teams and drivers to set new personal bests this weekend. As I say, being the Hot Rod Drags, you have a phenomenal mix of vehicles from both sides of the pond, if you like. Got Nostalgia Superstock represented here by the Barracuda. Finals of the 3-round series next weekend at the National Finals. Nostalgia Superstock, one of the biggest classes taking part. Class has grown rapidly in a few short years, and with loads more cars expected to enter the class in 2021. You could possibly see 64 car ladders next year in Nostalgia Superstock if the cars being prepared and built and being purchased all come to the track at the same time. Could be very, very interesting indeed. Lovely 11.06, 120 miles an hour there for the Barracuda. And 17.04 is 76. Well, this Rover, it really does defy any logic whatsoever. Previous run for this one, unbelievable, in the 10s, 10.55, 132 miles an hour. Going alongside the What Speed Shop entry. First time I've seen this car this year. They do have other cars in the team, but it's the first time I've seen this one. Making it down to the track here at the Hot Rod Drags 32nd edition. .10.24, 10.59. Still the same speed and just dropped a couple of hundredths, but nevertheless 10.5 seconds from a proper bit of British steel, that one. Right, Mark 1 Cortina and the Impala 15.2 ran on its last outing this morning. Proper cruiser, that one, and love to see a 14-second timing slip appear for them. Come to the track on a quite regular basis each year. You see it at Run With Your Brungs with Hot Rod Drags, obviously, and Dragstage, I think, events like that. And 15.3 appears on board, 89 miles an hour, 13 flat for the Cortina. Quickest run of the day for them so far. And talking about quickest runs, how about this one then? Al Sims with the pickup went 9.68, 138 miles an hour on his first run today, and that was a new personal best. So great performance from Al, and as he put on his social media earlier, it's a shame he couldn't do that last weekend. He may have gone a few rounds, but every week's different, Al. Every track, it always evolves. Tailwind this weekend, headwind last weekend. Cheeky little wheels up launch up against the Anglia, and that's not hanging around either. Very good run indeed, side by side. Low sixes to the 8th, and a 9.49 plays a 9.76. Right, Glyn Boardman with the second of the What Speed Shop entries. Going alongside Matt Hollins with the Willis. .10.54 and 11.96. Into the 11s for Matt Hollins. Smiles all round. Right, let's see if this one can break out of the 11s and into the 10s today. Capable of doing it, of course, that's the Austin Healey Sprite, and they call it Fright. And such a cool looking rod in the SDP lane. Oh, and it goes like one as well. How low can you go? Whoa, where did that one come? I wasn't expecting to go that quick. 10.33 at 125. Well, found the key to the performance locker there. That was stunning. 10.33, 125. I've never seen it go that quick before. Not only that, 1043, 127 from the rod in the STP lane. But 1033 from Fright, that was superb. Well, the MG Magnet back round again, and a lovely 60s Mustang first run of the day for them. Not too late to get your first runs in. Obviously, you can't rock up and just pay your money and sign up. Today is all pre-booked only. And don't forget, run what you brung until 5 o'clock this afternoon here at the 32nd edition of the Hot Rod Drags. Nice, 1130, 131. Right, the Blue Meanie, the 1968 Mustang Fastback, absolutely gorgeous looking car. Going alongside Dave Mahoney with his 8-second Camaro. Won't be an 8-second one this time, not quite sure what happened there, but he's got it going now. 1055, still goes through with 151 miles an hour at the stripe. Doesn't take long to build up speed, does that car? 1521 at 89 for the Mustang. Yeah, give the burnout another go. So this is Darren Perk with the Mark III Cortina super modified car. But we're going to send the Chevy away on its own, I think. Get this one to go down the track. Absolutely beautiful looking car. $12.92, 105 for the Chevy, and a stonking burnout there from Darren. That was worth waiting for. Took it back into the box, got the tyres wet, and rolled forward with a proper tyre smoker there, so got plenty of heat into those rear slicks. Always good to get heat into your rear tyres to get that traction. Not only that, gives you a nice pair of 11s to actually launch the car on, and they're pretty straight, to be fair. So we use that as a launch pad to get off the line. Nice fresh sticky rubber. So Darren brings the Cortina up to the line then. As an opener there, 897, 156 miles an hour, and I think there's a little bit more to come. Down, short shifting basically. Getting the car to settle down on the run, but nice full pass there, 897, 156. Well, 31 Ford getting some good laps in today, and I do apologise, I don't have any information at all on the car in the auto glim lane, but it doesn't hang about. See him manually shifting there, the car get twitchy on each gear shift. 1246 at 113. And a 1387 for the 31. Right, 68 Dodge Dart. Didn't get a time first time round. Went before the tree was activated. And another Camaro from Outlaw Street. .943, 148 miles an hour. Keith Freeman then, and the perennial 9-second car on treads, but not today. Bolted a pair of slicks to the back of the car. So let's see how he gets on with that. But proper burn out there, Keith. Running in Supercharged Outlaws. So obviously he's got the 32 up against the 37. So Rover V8 versus a very powerful supercharged big block. Not going entirely to plan for his first run, this Chief. .36.82, plays at 12.53 at 106. But I think after the burnout, he likes running on slicks. But yeah, a lot more to come. Chris Coburn then with the Willis. And from the Wild Bunch. Oh, they're all coming in today. Oh, they're all waking up now. Some couldn't come in until this morning. Some of them late arrivals from last night. Line 11-12 and a 13-13. So Mick Payne with the retirement package Willis, going alongside the 32 Model B. Good looking run there for Mick. Goes through with a 984, 133. That'll do very nicely indeed. Well done, Mick. 984, 133. Even Johnny was happy with that one. Well done to Mick. Right, Ronnie Mercer then going alongside this beautiful 1932 Ford. Fresh out this weekend. Running in the 12s, more to come. Ronnie Mercer 9.20. Oh, look at Ronnie go. That has launched, that's hooked. 124 to 60 foot for Ronnie. Can he go quicker than 920? That is an arrow straight. Oh! Oh my word! Oh, so close to that 8-second pass, but 9:01 at 145 for Ronnie Mercer. Monstrous PB, goodness me. I mean, he's knocking on the door of the 8s. The door is open ajar. Can he sneak in there? Or is he going to get a bulldozer and just mash his way through? Oh, that was awesome. Right, here's another one. The Heavy Chevy. This one's getting quicker and quicker. Are we going to see this one's in the 8s this weekend? Very straight looking run, no tyre shaking or nice slippage at all off the line. 9:39, 1:46. It's coming, it's coming. Right, first time we've seen Ain't No Saint this weekend. Lee Johnston and his daughters then. Lee doing the driving this weekend. 454 big block Chevy. Going alongside. Another one from the Gasser Circus there, jumping Jalapeno. Now then, Ain't No Saint the Volvo. Now then, Lee's PB 10.47 at 129. And he's broken both ends of his personal best. 10.41, 132. So just knocked 0.06 off his PB, and he's added 3 miles an hour to the speed at the stripe. So very nicely done indeed, Lee. First run of the day, and resets both ends of his PB and the car's PB as well. So Ted Booth, message on the back window. Well done to Maine, whatever that is. Read it out. Alongside Troy Ball with the little van. 10.59, 131. Try goes through with 10.60, 133. Well, we do like it when our spectators post on social media, and got a good one coming up in a moment. Oh, loads of wheel spin for the Camaro. There's fighting for grip. Finally gets it to hook, but 182 to 60 foot, hurting the ET there. Still goes 118 at 125. Really managed to gather it in there, but lost a lot at the start. 1679 at 77 miles an hour in the automated lane. Right, yeah, you know, when our spectators post a picture, somebody's posted a picture from the banking this morning and tagged Santapod and everybody into it. Andy Holmes wins Feet Up Friday award. That it was one cool picture. We like that one. Andy probably just behind Bankside VIP, looking at the angle of the shot, so I can't see him from here, but Andy Holmes, great picture, wins Feet Up Friday award. Nice one, well done. $10.65 at 129. It's 10.84, 121. Don't forget the clocks start when the car moves, not when the lights go green. That's why similar times yet the cars are spaced apart. So that beautiful 68 Mustang. Nothing but trouble then. running in Outlaw Street this weekend. I believe that's Dave Mace. But that's an 8-second car that lifts the front wheels skywards. Oh, well, certainly lifted one of them. A little bit of a weave to left the line, but the right foot's welded to the firewall. 8:06, 164 miles an hour. That deserves respect. That was a great run. Really, really good indeed. Oh, so close to a 7-second pass there as well. I was expecting a mid-8, but crack a low 8 like that. Very good run indeed. And tell you what, for the first run on track, I think there's a little bit more to come. Third quickest. No, second quickest of the day so far. Well, it's not very every day you see an Austin and a Triumph race each other these days, but that's what we get at the pod here. We've got that lovely little Triumph Herald, still got that inflatable sheep in the back window there, and this little Austin pickup labelled to run in the Gasser Circus, but not getting off the start line. Such a cool mix of cars going down the track today, and that's going to apply all weekend long. $18 plays at 23.06. Still went through at 90 mile an hour there for the Austin. Right, 56 Pro Street Chevy. Lovely looking car. And no slouch either, actually, to be fair. And going alongside the C10 pickup. And again, it's even quicker. $11.89 at 110. And $15.31 for the Chevy. Right, Scott Collin. Boy, is he having a lot of fun this weekend so far. $10.58, 129. $10.79, 127. So tune it the other way just a little bit and it will come even quicker. Constant tinkering, I think, is the word, just to get the best out of the vehicle. But yeah, they're having a good time this weekend. Very, very good time indeed. That's another unlikely matchup, this one, the old school Rover and from the other side of the pond. But look at this Rover go. I mean, goodness me. 10.55, 132 best so far today. 10.65 at 130 miles an hour. And that will embarrass many a supercar. Well, I'll tell you what, that'll embarrass some hypercars as well. I mean, 10.65, just have a look at your 0 to 60s and your quarter mile times from some of the Exotica of the day, of today, and you'll realise just how quick that Rover really is. 31 Ford, try Chevy. That's a very, very good mix of vehicles here today from both sides of the pond. Well, good to see this 32 Ford getting plenty of runs in today. I think they've only had one aborted so far when there was a bit of a leak, but that was rectified very, very quickly indeed. Billy Jones got a problem with the Willis there. Not quite sure what's happened there, but up to half track A-OK, but now coasting towards the stripe. All sounded good for the first half of the run. 12:38 at 108 for the Ford, and got to be a contender for getting the most number of runs in the morning. Really does get some good laps in. Right, try ball round once again with this little 10-second van. Oh no, hang on a minute, no, let's try the outside. Need to double check who's driving that. One of the balls. First run on track for this lovely little Anglia. Straight from the mid-60s. Fast forward to 2020. $10.85, 132. Right, first run of the weekend for Grant Barton with the High Anxiety Devon. He'll be running in, obviously, Gasser Circus in competition for the weekend. Cubics, 406 cubic inch motor in there. Up against the Austin. Fortunately, I don't know who that is, but I will know tomorrow because obviously it'll be on the race page. Our race today is Run With Your Brunk. $11.06, 120 there for Graham, and a 13.34 for the Austin. Had a couple of laps, that's the quickest one so far. Well, Lee Johnston on his first run today with the Ain't No Saint Volvo. Smashed his PB straight away in 10.41 at 132. Can we see a 10.3? Going alongside that beautiful Chevy. That's basically just hot lapped it and come back down to the start line then. The 56 Pro Street. Being pulled back, so it's going to be a solo then for the Volvo. A more short shift from second to third. Yeah, wow. Wow, that's all I can say on that one. 10.35. Phenomenal run there. I mean, talk about moving the goalposts a bit there. He's gone from 10.47 PB into this weekend to a 10.41 and now a 10.35. Phenomenal performance there for the Ain't No Saint Volvo, which leads us beautifully into our lunch break on track. So now is the time to get yourselves fed and watered. Don't forget, folks, if you are queuing up for any of the facilities on site, make sure you are adhering to the social distancing rules that are in place. Very, very important indeed. Bear with me just for 1 second. Right, so those of you that are tuned into the live stream, obviously the cameras here are going to stop for a little while, but don't go away, because we're putting a little program out very, very shortly indeed about last weekend and the world record performance from Heinz Henrik Thompson on the electric bike. And if you didn't see that, he took that record from Larry McBride last weekend. And not only that, he backed it up as well, pair of 6.8s on an electric drag bike, so that is definitely worth checking out. So if you're watching the live stream at home, it is lunch break here at Santa Pod Raceway, but do not disappear. We got a program going out about the performances last weekend, not the European finals. Don't forget, folks, very, very important indeed, social distancing. You must adhere to this. We will be inspected throughout the weekend to make sure that we are following. It's not guidance anymore, it is the law. You can no longer congregate in groups larger than 6. And if you are in a group of 6, if you are in the same family, fine, no further restrictions. But if you are in a group of 6, you're not all living together, then face masks must be worn if you are less than 1 metre apart. The pits. Quite simply, groups of 6, fine. The same thing applies though. You don't have any public into your pit area. If you are a group of 6 from the same family, fine, no further restrictions. If you are in a group of less than 6, and you are in your pit bays, if you are closer than 1 metre together, you must be wearing face masks. Your pit area needs to be barriered off, and nobody is to come into your pit area, not even the people that are pitting next to you. As I say, the new rules are set by law. The authorities can come in and close us down, and trust me, folks, they can. And they will if they see anything that they do not like. So it is ultra